how these Space Rangers, the Teen Titans. My oh my, was this a series to behold, ranging from 2003 to 2006, and even though it kind of did end on some kind of weird cliffhanger, I do have to say that I am excited for this movie to come out and blow us away. Maybe to conclude a story that was supposed to end, but they decided to make it a feature film. And I, for one, am more than excited to see this. But wait, what? Can you? Yeah. Whisper, whisper, whisper. The new Teen Titans movie is not about Teen Titans, but it's instead of Teen Titans Go. You know what I mean? Oh. What? Yeah, it is no surprise that this is not, a surprise to anyone. As you can clearly see, as you can see, Teen Titans really didn't run for that long. Premiered on Cartoon Network on July 2003 and, ended in 2006. It did have a movie, Travel in Tokyo. As you can see, Teen Titans only ran for 5 seasons. Season 5 ended on a cliffhanger, and the Teen Titans movie did not conclude that story and instead focused on something entirely different. So I kind of understand where people are going with here. I mean, I know how the fans feel because Trouble in Tokyo, as seen clearly over here, got a movie, however it was straight to DVD. And they can understand how that made a lot of people feel bad, especially considering that Teen Titans' predecessor, Teen Titans Go, has a movie that is airing on the big screen. And I know that some people will think that, oh my gosh, that Teen Titans Go will never come up to the standards of the original Teen Titans. And to some people, I kind of agree. At the same time, I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Teen Titans Go, but after watching the series and these guys having their own movie, you can clearly see that they were not meant to have a big screen movie. Look at that. Look at that. Teen Titans 2013. Thinking it can surpass our great leader of who we were with and who we worshipped, and Teen Titans with the Justice League going on crazy missions. Yeah, I have a confession to make. Yeah, it is no surprise at all that I am not a fan of Teen Titans. I did not watch the original 2003 series, and I just don't know what to say about that. I was really not a fan of the Teen Titans, and I actually watched Teen Titans Go before I did the original Teen Titans, so I think I got hooked onto that sooner, and I guess that should explain why I have more of a closer relationship to it than I do with the original Teen Titans. But after doing some research and seeing, what the fans say, I understand what they mean when they say that they like the original Teen Titans. This one was an animated classic, that one that had more ground to it, was more serious with its stuff. As in, this was the first comic book representation of Teen Titans, and I can see where they were going with it and how the fans liked it. And having Teen Titans Go, it kind of made them feel bitter about it, seeing as, it was more childish, the animation was different and such. And I can see where they're coming from here. In Teen Titans, it was more grounded and meant for all ages. While for Teen Titans Go, it's meant for children. Like literally, I watched a few episodes of Teen Titans and it was really meant for children. But did that mean it deserved a feature-length film? Let's find out in Teen Titans Go to the movies. Because if Aquaman can get a movie, literally anyone can, or they cannot save the world at all. Teen Titans Go to the movies was a very interesting experience, so to say. Alright, let me back up. So I first saw the trailers and I was actually pretty interested. The trailers gave out very good jokes and that made me all the more want to see Teen Titans. When I went to go see Teen Titans, with a few friends of mine, they were not excited at all. Like, they really don't want to go. Because, it was cartoonish, they thought it was for children. In all honesty, I actually think that this was a good move on DC's part, considering that this is the first 2D animated movie to hit theaters in, a long time, actually. I can't even remember when the last 2D movie came. But, let me just back up and talk about how we got to see Teen Titans. So, as you heard me talking about earlier, I'm not the biggest Teen Titans fan. I didn't watch the 2003 series. I didn't get hooked onto it. I did watch Trouble in Tokyo, but I didn't watch any episodes of the original series. I did watch maybe a season or two of Teen Titans Go, and I actually liked what they were going for. As for the animation changes in the series, I couldn't complain about them, seeing as I watched Teen Titans Go first. So when I heard they were making a movie, I was a bit skeptical because, as I said, I've watched the series and I even know that it would be weird to make a movie like this. And well, when I went to go see it, as I said, it's a very interesting experience because it falls in the category of both good and bad. Like, it was really good. This movie was really good, but at the same time, it didn't deserve to be made. So this movie, basically, the trailers gave off the whole story. Robin wants to make a movie about himself, and he wants his team to get respect so they can be seen as real heroes. That's basically the entire plot of the movie. If there's one thing I actually liked about this movie, it's that it didn't lean in so much to subplots or extra material. Like, we didn't have any subplots. It was one direction, one story going in one straight line. And I actually liked that. I actually liked that the whole team was together and doing one mission together instead of having a subplot of, oh dude, this happened, or oh dude, that happened. Hey, how about we split the team in half and do this and that? No. I actually like this movie because it was one central focus, one central group, and all the team was there. And that's, I really like that about this movie. Now, when it comes to the characters, that gets a bit weird because without having any subplots, we don't get a lot of chemistry from the characters. We may get chemistry from like one or two, but not the entire team. As I said, I'm glad that the whole team is there, but at the same time, I'm not too thrilled seeing as this is a Teen Titans movie and that they are making it 90 minutes. You thought we'd get a lot of character development from people. But if I'm going into the character territory, let me just say that a lot of characters don't get a chance to shine here. Like Raven and Starfire seem to be pushed to the background. I mean, they do get their moments. Like Raven has her own silly moments, and Starfire, does Starfire stuff. But I feel like Beast Boy and Cyborg got more lines and more screen time, and they were acting more goofier than usual. And they were a funny pair. I liked them. At least they were not as annoying as they were in the series. So I'll give them a thumbs up for that. But in this movie, it was clear. It was more than clear that Robin was the main character. So I get that Robin is the leader, and he'd be the one making decisions. So obviously they would make him the main character. Although I wish like we wouldn't spend so much screen time on him. Like I feel like we're spending unnecessary screen time on him when it could be used for the whole team instead. Like some scenes feel like you could just put the team in there and nothing would make the difference. As in, you could have easily placed Robin with the rest of the team and you could have made things go as planned. But I know it's a superhero story and one has to stand on top of the others to lead them and yada yada yada. But speaking of a superhero story, let's get into the actual story of this movie. I've talked about the characters. There's not a lot to say about them except for Slade. Like Slade was a real great villain. Like I actually like Slade. Slade was just the best character in this movie. While the other guys got their screen time, I feel like Slade as a villain was doing well, and Will Arnett did more than a fantastic job on his voice. Congrats, man. You really need to be in more animated movies. Last year he was the voice for Lego Batman, and now he's for Slade. I mean, this guy is killing it. But back on what I was saying for the story. So, as I said, the story is basically Robin just trying to get a movie, and I'm glad that there are no subplots so that we can focus on the movie. However, for the story itself, there are two things I like and don't like about it. For one, I like the jokes, but two, I don't like the filler. Like in this movie, there is so much filler. There are so many things in this movie that could be removed and nothing would make a difference. But then if you remove them, it wouldn't be a feature length. Like it is doing everything in its power to try and make it to 90 minutes, and oh my gosh, is there so much filler. Like there's this one scene where the heroes go back in time to make every superhero extinct. Like they prevent superheroes from having their origin story and thus becoming superheroes. And I found that to be an interesting topic, but we go on for like 10 minutes where they stop the superheroes from appearing in the comics. It was funny, but at the same time it was time wastage because immediately after they stop superheroes from becoming heroes, they immediately go back in time and bring them back. I mean, I'm just like, what was the point there? What was that about? In other scenes, like it just seems like you don't get enough from the team. As I said, the team doesn't get a lot of screen time. Beast Boy and Cyborg do have their funny moments, and Robin is the main character. But if you're gonna add filler, why couldn't you give the characters more development and chemistry? Like right now, I'm criticizing this movie, but I'll get to the good parts soon. At the end of the movie, we have the third act cliche of where the team splits up and yada yada. I'm like, really? For Teen Titans Go, as though you're making fun of superheroes and the superhero genre in general, you actually went this route of where the team separates in the third act. I'm like, come on, guys, you can do better than that. Why would you do this? And it just felt so forced. The whole story seemed to be flowing in one way, but as much as the filler was put in here, you like the ending felt rushed, which kind of upsetted me because with the way it ended, it was so rushed. They were going through so many things, so fast, and I guess that was like part of a big joke or whatever. But I feel like they should have slowed down at some point. And considering how much filler they had put in this movie, I think they should have put a better job on the pacing. Like the pacing was all over the place. It did not know what direction it wanted to go. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the good of the story. Starting with the jokes. The jokes are hilarious in this movie. As you know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're new to the channel. Speaking of which, subscribe, like this video, comment, your opinions matter, and subscribe. Now, considering you're new to my channel, or maybe you just don't know this about me, but I like superheroes who make fun of themselves. I like superheroes who dig into what a superhero does, why he would do that, and they make a joke about that. Like, I honestly adore that. That is just amazing. And in this movie, they went all out. There was no stop. It was joke after joke, flinging it left, right, center. You couldn't catch a break with the jokes, especially with Slade. Slade was the one who delivered the best jokes in the movie. The jokes from the Titans themselves, although silly, were still funny. However, there were a few. However, being a movie that about jokes, obviously some of them would not land fully. Like obviously, like some jokes would not stick. For example, there were a lot of poo and fart jokes in this movie. And as I said, Teen Titans is a show for kids, but I didn't think the movie would be a show for kids. I thought the movie would have tried to capture all audiences, but instead the movie just decided to still be a kids thing. Like honestly, it was so pointed at kids. During the first 10 minutes, I was like, did I walk into the wrong theater? Like, this is not the movie I wanted to see. However, I did get used to it later on, and found myself enjoying it. As I said, the jokes were very funny, and they were very self-realizational jokes, referential jokes, and they also noticed Marvel. Like they made jokes about Marvel, like a Guardians of the Galaxy joke, or even like an Iron Man Batman joke or something like that. But the one thing that killed me, and major spoiler alert here, the one thing that killed me was the Stan Lee cameo. Yes, Stan Lee made a cameo in a DC animated movie, and my gosh, was it the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. I don't care how much you hate the Teen Titans Go, just go and watch this movie for that Stan Lee cameo. It's just the best. So in the end, the heroes do save the day and they try and prove themselves. Although when it comes to sincere moments in this film, I don't feel like they are very sincere. Like they honestly mean those feelings, like they feel remorse or such like that. I feel like they're playing it for a joke and that they're not too sincere on the mission they're going for. And if they're being sincere, I think they should have accomplished it better, because at some points it was a bit like saddish, but not entirely sad. I mean, come on, it's Teen Titans. What can be sad about it? Now, as you know, the fan base really hates Teen Titans Go. Like, they really hate it so much, especially because Teen Titans Go, they feel like Teen Titans Go was the reason the original 2003 Teen Titans got cancelled. However, if there's a surprise I got for you in this movie, it's in the after credits scene when we have the original 2003 Teen Titans make their appearance in the post-credits scene, and DC practically announces to us that Teen Titans Season 6 is definitely happening and will wrap up this story once and for all. I don't care how much you hate Teen Titans Go. I don't care what you think of this movie. Just go in and see it for that scene. So, in summary, Teen Titans Go is a very fun movie, very energetic, very funny, although the pacing has a bit of a problem and the characters did not get enough chance to shine. I do feel like this was a very fun movie, and that it does expand the DC universe more, and that DC should continue making films like this. Instead of their dark brooding films, I feel like they should make more movies like this. Anyway guys, that's it for today. Please like this video, subscribe, leave your comment because your opinions matter, and I will see you in another universe.